Hello, YouTube. It's time for that daily, weekly dose. No, it's one or the other, right? Your weekly dose of Transformers toys unboxing. And last week I kind of set you up for a certain character this week, who is a slightly bigger character than average, but one that was really important to me as a kid. It's not going to be him this week because I also mentioned that I had some en route, some last characters en route, and one of those characters indeed arrived just a couple days ago. So I'm doing him instead because he's really small, and he definitely comes before what's to follow with the rest of my characters. And I actually ordered one more Transformer besides this guy that I got, and it's another really, really big one. So the last three characters of this run, before I move on to a couple of odds and ends, are going to be really big, really cool reveals. But that's still. We got three more characters to get to before we start getting to those ones, so we'll just keep it within ourselves and maintain a nice calm pace here. But today's character is one that I always really liked. He's one of the he was originally one of the G1 Microbot small characters, and he is an Autobot, and he was one of the Autobots that originally woke up on the Ark in 1984 and who resumed the immediate hostilities, resumption of hostilities with the Decepticons on planet Earth. And this character, he's very much, if you remember Gears from a few videos ago, Gears had a very grumpy personality, but deep down inside he was a good bot, and he appreciated all of his teammates, even though he put on this front of being a grump. Well, this guy's kind of a grump, and he's truly a grump. But yeah, he's mostly truly a grump. But this guy isn't kind of an old man gruff kind of grumpy like Gears was. He was kind of a whiny, snivelly, that kind of guy, right? And well, without further ado, let me introduce to you the Autobot, Huffer. You can't really tell from the front here what he looks like because this is a bad cube toy and their packaging doesn't reveal much on the front. On the back though, you can kind of see he's a little orange semi-truck. He's not as big as Optimus Prime. He was kind of, you know how they have smaller big rig cabs than the normal sized ones? He's one of those ones. He's one of those mini ones. So Huffer's problem is that he's an engineer by trade. He's not a fighter. And he loves Cybertron. So the fact that he is A, stuck on Earth, and B, caught up in a fight against the Decepticons, he doesn't even like fighting. He's just miserable. So that just kind of exacerbates his personality of being kind of always, he's always a naysayer. He's always down in the dumps. He's always doom and gloom. He's always whiny. And so that's kind of Huffer's. There's always like a character like that in every cartoon series you've ever watched. There's always the different range of characters, and kind of having the whiny, snivelly one. There's always one, right? So Huffer was the character that fulfilled this role in Transformers. And what we're gonna watch right now is a clip of Huffer, a very short clip because he never really, at least to my memory, had, you know, a lot of characters have a show or a couple shows during a run that is pretty much a storyline that involves them as the main kind of guy, right? Huffer, to my knowledge, never really had that sort of attention. He was always just kind of around, and he had some speaking lines here and there, and everybody knew who he was, but he never really had much focus on him. So this is an episode where Optimus Prime is kind of on life support, and Spike Witwicky, is that it? Was that his last name in the series? Or did that come about later? Anyway, Spike kind of rallies the Autobots and kind of turns Huffer's frown upside down, so to speak. So here you'll get a good glimpse at Huffer in his robot mode, in his vehicle mode, and you'll get to hear him say a lot of stuff and see him in action against the Decepticons. So without further ado, let the camera roll.
I'm sorry, Spike. Sometimes nothing you do makes any difference.
Optimus Prime? Dad?
Telegram 1 security alarm. We're being attacked. Decepticons. Looks like all of them. Oh, we're doomed. Without Optimus Prime, we're no match for the Decepticons.
We can't go down without trying. Prime would want us to go for it, no matter what the odds. Well, are you with me? Or do I fight this battle alone?
Son, you can't. But we can. We get your message, Spike. Autobots, transform! Wheeljack and I'll stay here to guard Optimus Prime. Roll for it! Can you get a fix on the enemy's location, Hound?
Radar scope detects Decepticons in close proximity, Huffer.
Forget the radar, here they come! All right, guys, let them have it!
No prisoners!
So like I said, you got to see Huffer there in both modes. You got to see him, hear him say a bunch of stuff, and you can kind of hear that whiny kind of drone to his voice, right? You kind of got the gist of that. And also see him rally with his Autobot troops as the Decepticons make their charge against the Autobots, and he puts a good whack on a Thundercracker during that process. So, like I mentioned, Huffer as a G1 toy was one of the little microbots, so really small, really simple transformation. I never had his character, and he's one of the characters that even a lot of my friends, you know, you would have the characters you had, and your friends would have the characters they had. Sometimes there would be a bit of overlap, but they'd always have different ones from you. I don't think I ever knew anybody that had Huffer. I've only ever seen his toy, you know, on TV in the commercials, or as I look at him online years later, sort of thing. So so I'm not exactly sure of his transformation, but I'm pretty sure, you know, his arms were the smokestacks, so they probably popped out and came down, and his legs maybe pulled out or something like that. I don't know. But let's have a look at his G1 toy right now, and we might be able to glean a little more something as to that transformation process. So here you go.